welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to RGB LAN. My name is Daniel, of course. With me,
Mike Lowry, joining you guys once again as we start our coverage of our Apex Legends Trios tournament. We have a very interesting format here for our tournament. It's not just a single round for Battle Royale. We'll have 2 heats, and players can accumulate points based on the number of eliminations they get, along with their placement for each round. There'll be a little bit of a structure that we'll dive into deeper as the game progresses, but each elimination will be 1 point, and you'll also get a weighted amount of points based on your team's placement. We'll make things a little bit more interesting than some of the Battle Royale features we've had in the past here.
Yeah, absolutely. Big fan of PUBG, and so many of those strategies were just like, oh, if I don't get any gunfights, I can at least make top 3. You know, if I get lucky with my circles, I hide in the right bush, that's it. But no, we are demanding here at RGB LAN. You get in the mix. You get some kills. Put some points on the board. Doesn't matter if you're first. Enough elims, that'll boost your team's score up there.
Exactly. So we should have a squad filling out here in the next few minutes. Our tournament director is hard at work getting things promptly set up here. While we have a little bit of time, Daniel, I know there's a few charities here that we are supporting at RGB LAN.
Oh, yeah, of course. So RGB, that's RGB. That's 3 separate teams, all raising money for different causes. With the red team, we have a charity called Julia's Grace, in sort of memoriam to Julia Grace Evelyn, who passed away from cancer in 2013. This foundation specifically supports families whose children are going through cancer. A disastrous situation for any family.
Absolutely.
So to have a charity come through and support people in what must be an impossible scenario is just a great cause. Just absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, there's a lot of focus that goes into just treating the cancer and treating the diagnosis, that it's easy to lose sight of the fact that you're still a person. You still have the opportunity to do things and have experiences. Julia's Grace does a fantastic job with providing those experiences to those in need and those in this kind of situation.
Absolutely, absolutely. You want to tell us about Help Hope Live for the green team?
Certainly. For the green team here, as you can clearly see, we are representing Help Hope Live at this event. Their core belief is that a medical crisis should not cause a financial burden for anyone.
Right.
And Help Hope Live provides funding for any and all in need regarding medical expenses, even those with insurance.
Yeah, I mean, medical system is what it is here in this country, right? Even if you're well off, even if you have insurance, it could still bury you. So again, another cause that comes in, sees people in trouble, and says, hey, let's lift you up here. This doesn't have to be an ending or such a down note. We'll raise each other up. And again, we're representing the green team today, obviously. Very proud to be repping that cause. And our final, we hit G, let's do the B, with Philly Tech Sisters. Now, I'm really passionate about Philly Tech Sisters. In the tech industry, we're both kind of tech bros. There's not as much diversity as there should be, all right? So Philly Tech Sisters steps in. They're providing equity for women of color in the tech industry. So what they do is they provide coding workshops. They help provide education for these female women of color, and really help them come into speed. We learned something fun at Midnight Madness last night, Lowry. You want to share that with the group?
Certainly. So over their work that Philly Tech Sisters has done has provided 4 new people with Salesforce certifications, which is no small feat, no matter what your situation is. And providing that makes opportunities for them in the future so plentiful. There's so much available for them now.
Right.
It's incredible to be able to help out with spreading equity and inclusivity across the tech field, something that, as Dan mentioned, is honestly pretty lacking.
Yeah, and honestly, it's pivotal. I mean, if you have 100 people coming from the same background doing the same exact job, then you're not going to consider everybody. You're going to consider the people that you know, right?
Yeah.
So introducing this type of diversity helps make tech much more human.
Yes.
And I think that's drastically important.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we are queuing up here very soon, 4 o'clock here, so we should be 4:01. So we should have things getting ready here in just a moment.
Now gamers, a bit of a mercurial group, kind of hard to pin down. So you try to rustle 30 ferrets into a bag and to play some BRs. That's difficult. So quick shout out to everybody here who's helping run the production, helping run these tournaments. We got Connie, we got Yttrium backstage, behind the curtain, doing the Wizard of Oz stuff that I can't do. I looked back there, I looked at their tech, it was like I was in a spaceship. I can't even analyze what's going on back there.
Yeah, I'm glad that they have the brains to handle that kind of stuff.
See, we're used to RGB. I look back there, I saw purple. Like, I don't.
Yeah, I can't handle that.
That's like
too many colors.
A fourth color.
I don't know what's going on.
That's not allowed.
Is that? Yeah, I didn't know that was possible. My world has completely changed. There's esports everywhere. I don't know if that's getting picked up on the microphone. But it is one of the core experiences here at RGB LAN. And if you have not been here to experience it, there's still time to swing by. We have spectator passes available here at the Greater Philadelphia Expo Center. If you're not able to make it to this one, be sure to join up on our Discord, get information on how to join in for the next event. It's something that you have to experience.
You have to be here.
My voice probably pretty well captures just how much fun you can have playing games with the boys, with the girls, with everybody, all hanging out together and all just doing some ridiculous stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you're not familiar with the Greater Philly Expo Center, it's in scenic Oaks, Pennsylvania. By all means, come down. But hey, the fact that you're here on stream, it's great to have you. I hope that we get some entertainment going for you. As these matches are about to get underway, again, getting all the cats together, it's quite an undertaking.
Yeah, we're getting our own side observation computer ready. Stream will be showing up here on your screen momentarily. Just need a few more players here.
Yep.
As we prepare for this one, some of the other tournaments that we've highlighted here, Dan, we've had quite a diverse range of games here, not just on stream, but even off stream. Did you have any tournaments that stuck out with you or that you been participating in yourself?
I mean, that's the amazing thing about LAN is that RGB LAN specifically is that we're gonna highlight some shooters. We're gonna highlight Smash later on tonight. Obviously TF2 is a large draw, but I mean, so many varieties of games. I got distracted. I meant to join the Rocket League tournament from earlier. I actually missed it because I was too busy playing Rocket League. If that's not the stupidest thing you've ever heard.
Well, I'll tell you what, you sound like the real winner there. Either way, you got to play. So
you ever just go into a fugue steak, you wake up 3 hours later and Rocket League's open? I don't know. Is that just me?
It can happen to anybody. And the crazier things have happened here. Also, some of the other tournaments. They had a GoldenEye N64 tournament with original hardware.
I think you were in that tournament, right?
Oh, now that you mention it, yes, I was in that tournament, and I believe. I believe I won that tournament as well.
You won that tournament as well. Wow.
Anything can happen here. You can win too. Yeah. But you gotta be here. You gotta experience it in person. And not highly enough recommend it.
Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. It's just amazing.
Yeah.
It's just amazing. We'll also have other things beyond just the tournaments. Later tonight, we'll be featuring our Midnight Madness, which, if you didn't see our coverage of it yesterday, you got to tune in and see it. It's even if you're not here in person, seeing it and just getting a snippet of it. If you're not getting your ticket for next year after seeing that, I don't know what to tell you. It's wonderful. It's zany. It's the most fun you'll have with over-caffeinated people at an hour way past everybody's bedtime.
Yeah, Mike Lowry here, he'll have you believe, I don't know why I'm addressing you like a political opponent. My opponent here will have you believe that he lost his voice purely from being here broadcasting to you lovely people out there on the internet. Midnight Madness is what shredded this man's voice.
Oh, yes.
Okay? This man rocked the walls with his calls of esports. It's going to be great. We're just joining in on the lobby now. We're sort of just getting these final details underway. We have our last competitors joining in. So once we get our spectators up here, we can get rolling on this Apex action.
I believe we'll have a full lobby of 30 players here.
Yep.
The biggest thing, of course, for Battle Royales most often is just being last man standing.
Right.
But I think the added complexity of the point system being introduced is going to really push for more aggressive styles of play, which will make for really exciting showcasing here.
Yeah, and I'm using some of my gray matter here. I believe that the difference between, let's say, like first and second place, a couple points, 2 or 3 points, right? But every kill a team gets is an additional point. So if you have first place hiding in a bush for an hour, but second place came in, they got 4, 5, 6 frags on the way there, that's an even game.
Oh,
so we're rewarding active play here today. That's the focus. We don't want people to just chill out. We want aggression. Maybe we want some violence.
Maybe.
To
do a quick rundown of our points. As mentioned, we'll have 1 point per elimination here as I bring things up. We have for the first place group, we'll have 12 points. Second place group, 9 points. Third place group, 7. Then 5, 4, 3, down until 0 points.
Right. And I believe that we have 30 competitors in this tournament. So
I believe so.
Since this is a trios tournament, that means 10 teams. That's some quick math for you. So, yeah, I mean, it's going to be great.
As we get things all set here. I believe that's correct. They don't let you see the room code when you type it. That would be too convenient.
In the Apex Join Match UI, it appears it's more secure than my banking apps, which is very concerning for a couple reasons. So we're just hurdling one last technical requirement before we get started.
It's well worth the wait, though, folks.
Yeah, absolutely.
This will be a really fun match to watch, and the cast. So glad that you're here to join us for this event. And get there. Just that easy. And
fantastic.
1 second. Top tier stuff here that we're doing.
Just to clarify, we're not winning.
Yep.
Okay.
Just getting the last few players in here. We're all set. We're ready. All right. We're just getting the last team sorted, making sure everybody gets in their right slots. I think that some of the trios were sort of throw together teams. Not everybody cute as 3, so some new friendships being forged here, and forged in combat, as it turns out.
Absolutely. We're able to now at least get a sneak peek of some of the teams that we'll be showcasing here.
Yes.
I see we have a squad.
Yeah.
At least one squad filled out of the Neckbreaker Murder Squad, one of the mainstays here at RGB LAN. Team 13 comprised of Midget, Golden Pity, and Bulldozer. Certainly a team that gets featured quite a lot on stage.
Absolutely.
And quite a lot at the podium.
In many ways, Neckbreaker Murder Squad, one of the hallmarks of RGB LAN. And I think it's so nice that they were able to, join us this weekend from their retirement home, and just really bringing a lot of experience and wisdom. If you ever want to know about what the Great Depression was like, just pull the Bulldozer aside. Make sure that he, get him in there, and he'll chat your ear off about it.
One other.
I'm going to keep killing this joke.
I know. Oh,
if they show up in a tournament.
I love it. Another standout here. As my voice continues to get into worse shape, I see our tournament director, the Fragile, and the LAN director, Silva.
Oh, man.
Grouped up together. They are hanging out here. That could make for some really exciting gameplay, but we have plenty more people here as well.
Yeah.
I see.
I think next time we have this tournament, we should have the organizers. We have Fragile and Silva.
Got to have a house team.
Yeah. Or they could just be high-value targets. If other teams can seek out and take out Fragile.
I could see that happening for sure.
That's a 2-point bounty right there. Next year, thinking about it.
Another one coming up here, Spike's Beagle, who previously was top donor for our event last year.
Yeah.
He's a wonderful attendee. I'm glad that he's able to make it to this one. Coincidentally, he's in a position where he could probably walk to the convention center from his house.
Yeah.
So it's great that he's able to join.
Yeah.
He'll be joined by Half a Goat and Carnival of Pain. Quite the team fit there. Some other good ones here. Team 4, we have Fettuccine's Alfredo, Murder by Modem, and Andrew. Andrew was one of our features at the Overwatch 2 tournament as well.
Yeah. Andrew, second place in our Overwatch tournament. I wonder if that's instilled a hunger to take this one down.
Absolutely.
I think we saw some solid gameplay from them, so I'm going to be keeping my eye on them. I think that they'll have some pretty clean frags out there. That's my Daniel, of course, prediction of the match.
Oh, I believe it.
Put a decal up there.
One thing we'll be curious to see is, as it gets a little bit closer, is utility management. When it's down to 2 or 3 squads, it's all going to come down. I think it's all going to come down to that and just really efficient usage of grenades and everything, and ult usage as well.
Yeah, and the thing about RGB LAN, obviously, we have a legacy forged. TF2 is a massive deal here.
Yes.
I think that there's a lot of FPS passion here. A lot of people who just play all sorts of shooters. But like you were saying, the utility management is so important that I think that what we'll see is the people who have specific experience to Apex, that's when they're going to start edging out the competition. A lot of people can aim down a range and click on heads, right? But I think in those final moments, you'll discover who's a tryhard and who's a tourist.
Whoops. Like me.
Like you.
I guess I'm a tourist here on the, on the booth as I very clumsily get my water bottle.
Yeah.
Be sure to hydrate out there, folks. I don't know if I mentioned that yet.
Hydration's very important, everybody.
Yeah, this one, usually we feature PUBG as pretty much. Yeah, that's me. I'm observing. That's the PC. Yeah. Behind.
Yeah, back there.
Yeah.
Just coordinate something with our tournament organizer here, everybody. Just give me 1 second. We're figuring stuff out.
NA production here, folks. We're killing it.
No, the Fragile. You cannot understate how much this guy tries every LAN.
When he asks you a question, you answer it, no matter what's going on.
And the first and last word out of your mouth better be sir.
Oh, I didn't say sir. I think today's going to be my last day on this earth.
And that's a paddling.
that's a paddling and a half. Oh, man. So we have wait for confirmation here from the production. I know last time we were waiting on 4 players to join. I think we.
Fragile says that apparently they have 4 to 5 people downloading it right now.
So we have an interesting situation where some new players managed to join in after our initial start. So we might be cycling things around a little bit. We're going to get a little bit of clarification on that. As we do, I think it's time for a second very important hydration break. You guys at home, stay hydrated. We're going to take a brief moment to get things situated, and we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Stay here. Everybody, welcome back to RGB LAN. We are just about to kick off with our Apex Legends Trios tournament, and I am crazy excited. It took a while, but we're here.
We got everybody getting set right now. Everything's getting lined up, and we got a little bit of extra insight in some of these teams that will be competing here on this fine evening at RGB LAN.
Fantastic. Yeah, so the teams, now, a lot of these are throw-togethers, but I think we had a little bit extra time, so we pressed the teams to see if we could get some team names out there.
Yes.
And well, we have a creative bunch here. We're going to introduce you to our teams a little bit. Our first team is Boozling Bill and the Funky Bunch. That's Curio, Yankee, and Ham. Looking forward to them.
Oh, yes. Another team that we have is the Goat Women of Doom, comprised of Goat Burgers, Doom Lout, and Belladonna.
Don't forget about our representation from the Neckbreaker Murder Squad, but that's not who they are today. Right now, they're the Geneva Checklist, rounded out with Golden Pity, Bulldozer, and Midget.
Another team that we have filling out the squad here is the Happy Bones Retirement Home. That has Thrasher, Necron 327, and Fluffy Animals.
Last and certainly not least, we have our Hog Squeezers. That's Fettuccine's Alfredo, Murder by Modem, and returning from our Overwatch 2 tournament, Andrew.
We have a few other teams that have yet to submit team names for this highly important team name submission list. But as soon as we have more information, we'll be sharing that with you here today.
Absolutely.
We have, should have last few people jumping in on our queue here as we begin to fill things out. We have, I believe there's just one more person that needs to join in.
Yep. Yeah, we're getting the final contestants in here now. I'm gonna let's give you some of the teams we don't have names for yet. We just have them numerically here. So coming in on Team 14, we have Carnival of Pain, Spikes, Beagle, and Half a Goat.
On Team 15, we have Oxidizer, Silencer 67, and Ground Hippie.
Team 17 is Mouse, Messiah is at LAN, and SMGs.
Team 18 is comprised of the Orion Knight, Pib Extra, and Sea King Jr.
And I think that our Team 20 is just some staff here who are rounding out the roster.
Yes, we'll be.
We are to a 30 count though. The match countdown is starting as we're finally getting underway here at RGB LAN.
All right, we're about to jump in on this action. As a reminder, this will be a 2-map competition where each elimination awards team point, but team placement also has a weighted scale for points as well. So it isn't just being the last person alive, it's also rewarding the aggressive play by the
as we're starting in
here.
3, 2, 1. Let's go. Here at World's Edge.
Teams beginning to pick their characters here. Curious to see what heroes these teams pick.
Interested to see what choices are made here.
A lot of healers here early on. That's a pretty common one.
Very important.
Only one Pathfinder so far. That's really surprising.
Honestly, kind of surprising. I thought they'd be a more popular pick here.
Got only 2 of them. But regardless, these people know who they want here. Our champion squad.
Oh my gosh, I am seeing some hours on this team.
Ooh. That's going to be a tough team to beat here, I guess. They'll be the top show.
And that's going to be our primary follow for now. I see that we're following our RGB team right now on Team 20.
If we cycle over to Team 19, we can focus on Boozling Bill and the Funky Bunch to see what kind of excitement they bring here. But everyone's just starting to pick their spots, pick out exactly where they want to go. Most teams have already launched out so far.
We have a good distribution across the southwest to the northeast. That northwest corner is going to go pretty much ignored for now, but we'll see how players combine and conflict early on. I wonder how quick it's going to be till teams combine here. I wonder, like, when is our first kill going to be? It's going to be 30 seconds or 10 minutes, you know?
We have, if I can, let's see here. That team, we don't have that team written down, but Belladonna's, that is Team 12. They're going to probably have a really good engagement here.
Right.
Top, or the center of the circle against Spike Spiegel and his team. So that one is Team 12 that we can focus on to see where, if they get any early engagements here.
Now, there's already some teams that are quite close to each other. I'm expecting some early conflict here. And as a quick reminder of our scoring system, kills or points. If you're a murdering squad who doesn't take first, you could still be first in points at the end of this.
Yeah, placement is still important, but
Absolutely.
You can really pad the stats with well-executed, aggressive play. We are 30 seconds away from the closing in on the first circle. Everyone just getting kitted to the teeth, finding exactly what they want.
Shots fired.
We have, let's see here, with Team 17, looks like they're starting to engage. I believe 10 seconds out until the first circle closes in.
No team willing to really engage directly yet. I think that, the nature of a BR is that it's a survival game, right? And taking early rest early on when you don't really have a full kit yet, when you don't really have all the resources you think you might need, I think teams are going to be kind of shy about it.
Yeah, Team 4 and Team 17 We're going to be really close here in the first engagement. So if we can focus back on Team 4, I think we're going to have some interesting team play here. As on Team 17, Messiah, Mouse, and SMGs just getting a little bit of action. They are so close to one another, but they are still staying really,
I feel like
passive.
They traded some shots, but then they kind of just, you know, said, hey, peace, dog, and they went on their own way.
Yeah, they just did a little how do you do, and now Team 17 is working their way out. But the hog squeezers are holding on to that edge of the circle there.
17 does have Team 4 spotted as they moved across to that cave there.
Yeah, Team 4 is also just watching in on 17. So Team 4, once again, the hog squeezers with Fettuccine, Murder, and Andrew. No other team fights to really highlight so far, but actually, as I cycle through here, we can focus next onto Team 19, who's going to have a good team fight going forward here.
Extended heavy mag here, level 2.
Going against, as I try to figure that out. But Team 19 will probably be a good one to focus on.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 2.
Shot's going to, they're backing off just a little bit.
We're seeing 19 on the main screen here. They're still acquiring some loot, but I think if they're not careful, they might be caught unsurprised here.
Yeah, there's 3 teams, them included, all bunched up very close to one another. They should have a team fight happening very soon.
That's the eerie thing in these VRs. They're massive maps, and sometimes you let that sort of lull you into a false sense of security. You don't realize that somebody's right on top of you until you catch a shotgun to the dome. And that'll wake you up better than anything.
Oh, absolutely. Everybody's got a plan until they take a shotgun slug to the dome.
So I believe Mike Tyson said that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. So to clarify, that's 19 and Team 13 are very bunched up with one another. And I will get info on that. Third team is Team 18. So 18, 19, and 13 all very close to one another. 18 is actually peeling away, so it'll probably be 19 and 13 that could be a good early focus for us here.
I don't know how there's not more violence right now.
So those will be in the bottom of the circle that I'm mentioning. There's also in the center of the circle, we still have Spike's Beagle team going up against the Goat Women of Doom, which will be Team 12 in the center. Everyone's so close, but there's no engagements just yet. Everyone's really just focusing on loot collection at this point.
Right.
Sniper mag here, level 3.
I mean, the teams are starting to get level 3 attachments. I think that soon they'll be emboldened. I'm hoping that we can have something kick off here. All right. Man, the anticipation's killing me here.
It's always, yeah, the
the
excitement before the first shots. It's palpable.
If you were hunting, they'd call it the yips, right? That anticipation before the shot. After the shot,
yeah.
Shot's taken.
Yeah, after that, it's all gravy, but before
that.
Ooh.
Honestly, some of these teams have further separated out. I guess they're sort of respecting each other's real estate at this point.
Yes. A lot of patience, really just trying to make sure everyone is accounted for rather than focusing on the aggressive play so far. Maybe waiting for third partying a team fight.
Yeah.
That might be some of the patience that is causing this.
Our first circle is almost finished closing down and still no kills on the board. But the nature of a BR, you're always, always, always closer. Drawn further and further into the action.
So Team 19, which is Boozling, Bill, and the Funky Bunch, kidding up some more. Thought they were going to start engaging with another team there, but still, really passive play. And the next circle is a doozy here, if we can showcase that for our folks at home. Really pushing everyone far up north. That's really going to condense the gameplay going forward. With a minute 45 until the next circle closes, there should really be some good gunplay happening in the next few moments.
The question is whether or not the teams who are furthest north, those are the teams that have Spike's Beagle, that's going to be your Goat Women of Doom. The question is whether they know they're the furthest teams north, right? A common tactic in these kinds of BRs is if you're the first person to the circle, suddenly it's king of the hill.
Exactly.
People have to run towards you, especially if they're late. So they're getting ground down by the circle. They're already trying to rush. And these are some of these picks that happen. But if they think there's people further north of them, they don't want to turn their backs on them. So I wonder what their match awareness is like. I mean, they saw everybody drop in.
Yeah,
were they observant enough to notice that they are essentially the Canadians of this match, our northern neighbors?
Yeah, it's a battle of trying to not overcommit.
Right.
When do you when do you place and then just start gathering intel?
Right.
Our first team fight looks like it's starting to happen now in the bottom part of the circle as Team 19 engaging. Boozling Bill,
we have 2 people down
shots
on
going
13.
down range. The Geneva checklist is getting checked out here.
And we'll go ahead and check that one off the list right now. Our first team down, Geneva checklist. I mean,
they Yankee that doodled until everybody dandied on that one. What a team fight.
It was all dandy from there.
Another team fight happening just outside the bottom of the next circle with Team 17 getting a little bit of high ground here.
Cutting right into the action here. Pushing hard here. They sense blood in the water. That's a kill.
Ooh, Mouse getting 2 kills earlier there. Gets a team wipe against, if I can confirm here. I cannot. I don't think they have a team name, unfortunately. And they do not have any more play in this first round of the tournament.
So teams 13, that would be your Geneva checklist, and team 14 have been eliminated at this point. We're down to 6 squads, 18 players left on the field, and some blood in the water.
Oh, yes, absolutely. Currently in the circle is, let's see, we have 2 teams in the circle, 2 on the southern part engaging now.
Man, seems to be a ranged engagement for now. Maybe just picking at each other. I am so surprised that our 2 teams in the circle right now have not had conflict with each other yet.
If we can get a focus on Team 17, it looks like they're going to be caught between 2 different teams currently. I'll be curious to see how they've managed to squeeze out of this one.
Following up with the ult, chasing down that bouncy ball, rolling down the street.
We got a whole lot more teams getting condensed now. We're going to have a lot more action here as this next circle closes. 30 seconds out until we are beginning round 3 of this first map.
Oh, that's an engagement.
Happening. Let's see here. Belladonna, their team going up against the Hog Squeezers.
Oh, bamboozled.
Oh,
Belladonna taking some damage here. Belladonna goes down. Dublon is down. Only Goatsburger up on his squad, and he goes down as well.
Oh, no. Meanwhile, Team 4 is starting to get lit up. Murder by Modem, not able to squeeze that hog just enough and gets down. Can his teammates help him out? No, Andrew's down too. Fettuccine's operated down. The Hog Squeezers are loose. They're out for this first
slaughter out here.
Down to 4 squads as we are closing one more time.
Now, Team 16 in a great position right now, well within the circle, but if you check the scoreboard, no kills on the squad yet.
No.
So even though they might hit the high placement, these higher frag squads might still edge them out in points when we kind of tally up the totals at the end of the tournament.
Yeah, that might come back to bite them if they can't place high enough in the second map.
It's hard to find the right balance because you want to be aggressive enough to get the kills early while teams might not be ready, but also every fight's a risk that you just get fragged out right then.
I'm starting to condense a little bit more now. Next gunfight happening in the bottom part of the new circle. Team 17 getting some engagement here.
SMGs is downed. He just got knocked.
Oh, Necron got down as well there. Great shooting there by Mouse.
Oh, Mouse is lighting them up. Incredible play so far.
Mouse is putting on a clinic this one.
And now we're down to 3 squads. As Mouse becomes your new kill leader.
He's really getting it done. 5 eliminations on this map. That is really going to give him a great deal of space going into the second map.
I think we have another team fight.
Oh, in the bottom of the circle currently.
Coriel's knocked outside the ring.
Oh,
Even if his team's there. No, I think that's going to be it for him. 8 players left across 3 squads. Now, they do have his recover banner as an option, but will they be able to get that? A lot of players getting bamboozled out here.
Oh, open field there by
Yeah.
Extra. Just can't get away from that ham stroker. Got to watch out for that in the open field.
Yep. Setting forward the decoy, hoping to force an engagement here. And going for the down. Okay, finishing off Pib. But Mouse also taking out Sea King. Oh, there's conflict all over here.
Ham getting 2 there. Can he get a 3rd? Sneaking around the boulder a little bit more. On top of that boulder is a huge fight. Ham behind the scenes, getting a few shots in their back. Their team's down to just 1 player. 1 downed, 1 completely dead. Meanwhile, Team 17 still has 3 people. Ham all alone.
Oh, takes a heavy hit there. Oh! And he gets down, making Team 17 our champion. Now, Team 17, one of our anonymous teams we don't have a name for yet. We're at the bottom of them between rounds.
No, yeah, absolutely. No, maybe they don't need a team name. Who knows? So your first place on the first map, Mouse, Messiah, and SMGs.
Now, this is the best of both worlds because not only did they take first, they were perhaps our top killing squad on the team.
Wow, 11 eliminations in that match. Top eliminations in the first map, top placement in the first map. That is going to set them very far up for success. That is huge. That will be 23 points for them.
Yes.
Closest one would probably be about 14 or 15 points. So that is, as long as they're like top 5.
Yeah.
They are setting themselves up for success.
And that's a team of no slouches either. I think Mouse and SMGs, they both had more kills than any other player outside of their squad. We got to see some of the laser focus in that match. Gosh, it's going to be hard for other teams to come back.
Yeah. The coordination that they had, especially at that end game, cycling around the boulder, making sure you can use the high ground, and when it's no longer advantageous, circling around, getting that space to really keep the enemy on their heels. That's how you get 11 eliminations in one match. Yeah.
There's a common thing. If you're on the high ground and you have the advantage, you're a genius. You're a sniper. You're some wartime general. But if you're on the high ground and you don't have that preparation, you're a sitting duck. You're just basically a skeet shot target at that point. So, like Lowry was saying, just an excellent maneuvering by that team, using the terrain to their advantage and taking home a hell of a win.
Absolutely. We do have a little bit more information here on our team names. Team 17.
Oh my gosh, we're going right back into the action. The teams are bloodthirsty.
Absolutely. Team 17, your first match winners. Carry Me Daddy. Amazing team name.
Beautiful.
Here. That'll be Messiah, SMGs, and Mouse. Team 14 will be the Goat Carnival with half a goat. How are you going to have a carnival with just half a goat? The Carnival of Pain. Oh, that's fitting. And Spike Spiegel, who's just happy to be here.
All right, we'll see if these other teams can claw back some chance of a win here. I think if our recent match champions Carry Me Daddy get back on the kill board, any sort of momentum here, I think they just lock it up immediately.
If I recall, they were the Carry Me Daddy was also the champion squad of last match. Very fitting that champion squad takes the championship.
Fantastic. Okay, we are coming in on the drop here. I wonder if we're going to see a similar strategy by teams this time. I imagine, let's see that first circle stall out until we see any kills, any sort of real momentum.
A lot of people waiting here as we look at the map. A lot of people waiting until just the very center to really open up.
So if you're one of these teams, let's just do a quick focus on our Geneva checklist here, right? First out of the match last time, you have a team that just won and topped kill charts. So you know that there's a big fish in the water. kind of behavior do you think you try to take on here? Do you think you just try to go, hey, we got a tier 2 gun, go? Or do you think they try to wait it out? I think they have to go.
You got to make the aggressive play. The only way that you're going to stop their elimination count from getting to that point is being the first to get them eliminated. You have to make the fast early play.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And Team 17, which is Carry Me Daddy, if we can get, let me see here, they are going to have all the space in the world as they are to the southeast of the circle, completely alone. They'll have tons of time to get kitted. They're going to have really good positioning here.
So the contrast between the position that our Carry Me Daddy team and some of our lower scoring teams are in is that Carry Me Daddy is in no rush. If they find a zone where they can comfortably loot, they can comfortably gear up, they don't need to be so aggressive this time. Yeah. They could just pick up all their tier 3, tier 4s, and just come in already fully kitted.
Yeah, they can just walk in. They pretty much just have a shopping list that they have for this match, and they'll just take their sweet time getting exactly what they want.
So they're going to swing by Lowe's. They're not going to find their gear there. They'll go to Home Depot. You know, they got time. And, you know, they'll pick up coffee for the missus on the way home, too.
That's really sweet of them.
Yeah, they're considerate.
So one team that does look like it's going to get close, teams 16 and 19 to the south. Actually, if we can instead focus on team 14 and, team 14 and 12. One's underground and one isn't. So that might be not the best one to focus on.
That deceptive overhead map.
To the northeast of the circle there is team 15, which is very, very close to team 20. That'll be a good one to get a peek on here.
Again, sort of a replay of our first match here. We find ourselves now in the calm before the storm.
Everyone's still collecting here. If we can shift focus, and amazing work, by the way, to the cameraman here. Just the back and forth that we put these people through. If we could keep focused on team 15 or 4, again, those are in the northeast of the map. We're going to get a little bit of, should be able to have some close things happening here. So that'll be the Hog Squeezers is team 4. And team 15 is team 15. No name necessary. Oh, that's a nice scope.
Oh, beautiful.
Choice there by Bodum.
Yes, it passes the drip check.
Yeah, vibe check.
I think at the bottom of our circle here, we have a few teams that are kind of right on top of each other.
No, that was an area that was a little bit confusing because there's tunnels there.
Oh, okay.
But that might actually be a good one to focus on here. So 14 and if I can get this mouse to work, team 19 should be slowly getting toward each other. But it looks like 14 is making more space. Meanwhile, team 12 is also close in on that group. They're sandwiched between those other two teams. That's the Goat Women of Doom as team 12. Team 14, the Goat Carnival. A lot of goats going on here at RGB LAN.
That's because RGB LAN is goated.
Facts.
Facts.
Speaking of which, half a goat was able to spot an enemy team here, so 14 will have sight lines on an enemy going forward. That might be a good one to focus on. We'll continue to see what kind of action can happen here as teams get a little bit closer. We'll shift focus now to the top right, so northeast of the circle, as two teams are very, very close to one another, with the green and purple teams that are showing up in that circle. To the top right.
Yep, there's action going on. I think the Hog Squeezers are fighting for their lives at this point.
That'll be team 4 was a good one to look at. And Andrew putting shots down range, knocking down Pib Extra. Fettuccine's Alfredo knocking down another.
Ham with the kill, and that is a squad gone.
The Hog Squeezers squeeze out another one to get 3 eliminations for their team. They're the first ones, second ones on the board here,
I think Goat Carnival is no longer with us. Another action here, Team 12, Belladonna already down, Doombot on death's door. It comes down to Goat Burgers, but he can't pull it off with just the wingman. I think that was the second squad wipe by Team 19.
Yeah, Boozling Bill and the Funky Bunch getting it done with 2 squad wipes here.
Back to back.
Love to see it.
Most people take a break before, between murders, but no time.
Have a recharge or something.
No time here.
A lot of space here for these competitors here, so they'll have a chance to actually breathe, take a moment to see what's happening, and take a moment to collect their thoughts. Once again, the next circle in 2 minutes, pushing everyone as far north as possible.
Wow, yeah, another far north circle off the jump here. Obviously, our I think it was Team 19 that got our double squad wipe earlier. Already comfortable, already fine, and already kind of far north anyway. I wonder if they will try to play towards the south of the circle and try to pick some fights, or if they're feeling comfortable for now.
They might just take their sweet time here. They're already top frag of this current map.
Right.
Securing a late high placement ought to have them in a decent competition for first place. Then
now, what I didn't catch, and I'm sorry that I didn't. I can't remember how Team 19 did in our first heat. Did they place well?
We'll have to check our notes for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. But so basically, we know what the mountaintop looks like. We know that the Mouse SMG squad is killer, right? We know that our Carry Me Daddy, that's the team you're trying to take down. The question is, do you already have the foundation to challenge that, right? If you got 0, 2, 4, 6 points in the first round, are you still in this? And that's what I'm not sure of.
Yeah.
We'll have to do a point tally after it's all said and done, folks. But I think that it's clear who they're chasing.
Very clear. On a side note, Team 15 is starting to close the gap a little bit there.
Silence are already downed.
On Team 19. What?
Downed in the circle.
Oh. That happens sometimes. Crazier things have happened. So Team 4, the Hog Squeezers, are going to have be sandwiched between 2 different teams. However, on the western side of the circle, we'll come back to that later, but on the southern part, we have our next team fight going on. 16 putting shots down. The Happy Bones retirement home putting bullets on downrange, trying to get some eliminations here. It's a long-range fight, getting a few tags, but they're not able to finish out just yet on those kills.
Not a lot of cover to shield you from Team 16, though, with these long sight lines, but also, not hitting all the shots, so.
Well, it's far engagement, and some of the sites don't cooperate too well with what they have to work with.
Absolutely.
Good ult usage to draw them out of that cover to try to get some more shots on them.
They're getting third party from this flank.
That's Team 19 was the ones that are now evacuating. Great work on their part. Keeping it going. Team 17, the Carry Me Daddy team.
I see Carry Me Daddy did take some fire there, but still looking pretty healthy.
Yeah, they're in a good position here. Oh. Seems a little bit more spread out here.
I am very surprised. I really thought that Geneva checklist, being our first out last time, would be much more aggressive this round, but they seem to be pretty content just trying to last long in these circles.
Yeah, the checklist, the Geneva checklist, sorry, don't mean to be rude here.
Yeah, don't.
They were playing very, very patiently, trying to get that high placement. Most likely trying at this point to third party at least one team, which should give them a little bit of a boost. No eliminations for them just yet, so that's going to be tough for them going forward. But the Geneva checklist now engaging with a team here. So team 13 putting shots downrange. Very close contention battle here.
Bamboozled.
Oh, the Geneva checklist is getting checked off as well. 2 of them down, 3 of them down.
And that's another white.
Knocked out. Boozling Bill and the Funky Bunch does it again. 3 squads wiped this match. They are banging on all cylinders here.
I wasn't confident somebody could step to our champions from last round, but I'm changing my mind. They have been taking these fights.
They have been. The Hog Squeezers in a bit of a battle here, having one of their teammates down. Are they going to be able to get him recovered? Another one down as well.
Only Fettuccine left, and he's in a bad spot here, already low.
No!
Gets taken down by Messiah.
3 squads left here. The bullets are flying now.
Carry Me Daddy is getting back on the board with that last fight. Maybe pulling away with this here.
I don't know. SMGs is down. Messiah is down. It's all up to Mouse.
Mouse, can he pull it out here?
Oh no. The Happy Bones retirement home is getting knocked down too. They're down to just one person still standing.
Mouse and Thrasher both in the same position, being the anchor that's holding their team into this match with only 3 squads left.
But Boozling Bill getting the flank.
Oh! Thrasher taken down. Only 2 squads left at this point.
Yeah, Boozling Bill absolutely.
And they're right on top of each other. It's going to kick off right away. Don't look away now. This is going to come to a quick conclusion. Do they know that they're there?
They have to.
Bamboozle.
They do now. The team fight begins. Correal pushing forward here.
Mouse is down.
Great work with the dualies. Another one down. Just one left.
Mouse
2
got
on each
finished.
side.
Mouse got finished off on the ground. Messiah is
There
down.
it is.
That is Team 19. That would be Boozling Bill and the Funky Bunch taking this round. Whew.
With some A+ handles here.
What a
Their
match.
team name, but Boozling Bill and the Funky Bunch.
And here I thought we'd have an easy time declaring Carry Me Daddy as the winners of this tournament after that first match, but I think we're going to tally up the scores.
Yeah, we're going to have to reach out to the tournament staff here to see where the scores lay. This is going to be a close one here. All in all, Boozling Bill had 15 frags
15
and
frags.
a first place finish.
That might be enough.
That might just be enough. We're going to get things tallied up here and get that information to you as soon as we know. Wow, wow, wow.
Explosive.
Incredible. That was wonderful to showcase.
Now, it's not a great spot to be in a commentator to be speechless after a match. My job is to have speech for you, but that was incredible.
Yeah, after that, it's hard to find the words, I should say, about how exactly that went. It was just great, hectic, insane, exactly what you want to see from an Apex Legends match.
I don't have the words. I have the word. That word is esports.
Esports, baby.
Esports.
So we'll be getting things tallied up here in just a few moments. We'll reach back out to production here to see if we should take a little bit of a break as we wait for, we will see what we can do for getting interviews with our winning squad.
Yep.
You'll get to see the amazing people in person. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with our winners after this. Welcome back to our post-game coverage here of Apex Legends. Sitting with us now here in the booth, our winning team, Boozling Bill and the Funky Bunch.
Yep.
From my left, or going from right to left here, would you guys please introduce yourselves for those at home?
I am Karayo Solinar. I was playing Revenant.
I was She Yankee by Doodle Till I Dandy. I was playing Ash. And I'm Ham Stroker. I was on Mirage in Newcastle.
Now, I want to say after that first match, I don't want to say we jinxed anything, but here in the booth we thought, okay, Mouse's squad, SMG, they're running away with it. But explosive gameplay from you guys in match 2. Holy crap! Where did you find all this momentum?
First fights were just good skirmishes, and then everything continued on. Kept finding more people, more stragglers to pick off. Every bit of damage counts, and just catching people unaware.
Yeah. I was really impressed. You guys took an engagement, and then we looked away like, oh, they've gotten us. They got a squad wipe. And we looked back, you had gotten another squad wipe. It was like a third party. You're like, I'll take that party too,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I think the best part, we found one of our other team's close friends of ours. That last fight in game 2, we just third-partied the hell out of them and just absolutely blasted them. Saw the names and was like, oh yeah, screaming esports after this one.
Yeah.
I think in that one fight I got a single down and it was on Necron who was sitting right next to me. I'm like, yes! I shot one bullet and knocked him.
That's best way.
It was good because if they were the one team I was worried about because they're all good with long-range weapons, and I'm on controller. So
okay.
I don't exactly do great when it comes to long-range engagements. So when the one team that had pinned us down outside of Fragment had actually done that, I was so happy you bolted us out of there, and then somehow they got third-partied randomly, and we got to get away with that.
Ulted us out right into a fuse ult, though. And we just sat there and let that dissipate for a little bit.
You guys sat outside of it. I was in the Sea Bear circle, surrounded by fire.
Yeah, I know halfway through that second match, it was getting a little worrisome seeing the health bars drop way down and thinking, oh my God, are these guys falling already? Couldn't believe it, but thankfully you were able to really put on a show for the second match and get to join us here in the booth.
Yeah.
In the first match, without knowing exactly the skill level of the players you're playing against here, was there any kind of strategy or any game plan you had in place going into that?
Honestly, as far as it goes, we've played together a lot. So when it comes to making a call, we're actually just good at following through on the call when we're not goofing around.
Right.
So we just work well together, and honestly, I don't think there wasn't really a strategy. It was just try not to take a long-range engagement if we can avoid it, and don't stick in a fight for too long.
And also, for clarity, you and I work well together. We pulled a man out of retirement.
That's true.
I've played Apex in almost a year.
Yeah.
So I was like, what do you guys want me to do? They're like, just ult us out of fights if we need it and just listen to the calls.
So
I could do that.
So you two went to a bar in Montana, and he was having us whiskey, pulling him back for one more tourney.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
So here at RGB, there's plenty more events going on. Are there any other activities that you guys had participated in at the LAN this weekend?
I was playing Smash Ultimate Chicken Horse, and I was here for Midnight Madness last night, as well as the pre-Midnight Madness Nidhogg, and watching, I think he was Vinny, just run away with Nidhogg last night was insane.
Yeah.
Just legendary gameplay there. So looking forward to seeing Fall Guys, more Midnight Madness tonight. It's been a great event so far.
Yeah, fantastic.
I'm personally here. I'm going to be doing Fall Guys, and I'm going to try to get in on the Smash Melee tournament, or 1v1s a little bit later on. I'm not particularly good at Melee, but you know what? I'll give it a shot.
Hey, man, I'm casting that tourney. I'll be looking for you.
I forgot Melee was tonight. I'm also in that.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right.
I'm going to try and do Melee. I was going to be here for the Master Chief Collection, and then I got here too late today, so it had already started.
Got it.
I had to leave yesterday before Ultimate, so I'm going to try and get Melee tonight.
Yeah.
Haven't played Melee in a very long time. Just stared directly into a light and hurt my eyes.
I hope some combination of you guys run into each other on bracket.
That'd be great.
These are your Apex champions in another arena.
Having no idea what we're doing.
Do you think these first-person shooter skills will transfer to a platform fighter?
Competent shooter, garbage at fighters.
Well, as long as you can pick up the controller, you have a chance of winning it. Anything can happen here at LAN.
True that.
Before we close out here, are there any kind of sports that you guys like? Maybe esports or any others?
I'm a huge fan of esports.
Esports?
Absolutely.
Dan, any parting thoughts?
No, you guys did It's already an honor to be here, but you guys actually made it fun for us, so we appreciate it.
Honors all ours.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys.
Thanks, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank
Once
you.
again, Boozling Bill and the Funky Bunch, your Apex Legend champions. Congratulations again. Next up, we'll have coverage of TF2, I believe, is coming up next at 6 o'clock. Later this evening, we'll have Smash and also Midnight Madness.
Yep.
So confirmation, yeah, TF2 is at 6 p.m. here. Tune in for that, our exciting playoff action. Stick around. We'll see you guys then.